Why you can't get a job at LinkedIn? I had to use LinkedIn for work. It was horrible. I fucking hated it. Despised it with a passion. Alright, 3, 2, 1, boom.
Thank you to War Thunder for sponsoring this video.
War Thunder.
Jesus Christ, I look like Tobey Maguire in Spider-Man.
I was literally about to say that. He looks like an emo Tobey Maguire.
3. So one of the only constants in the human experience is this. The only thing worse than job is no job. Being unemployed puts you in this weird desperation mode.
I don't know, man. I disagree. When I was in need, I just played WoW.
All of a sudden, you're panicking and checking job postings like it's a Twitter feed. You're digging through your closet to find a somewhat presentable outfit to wear on a Zoom call. And for weeks, you spend your time visiting prison-lit office spaces or glitchy Zoom calls and talking to someone who has your entire future in their hands. And they don't
and they don't give a fuck about you at all.
Seem too visibly pleased with your existence. Every interview is like a first date, except it doesn't end with a chance of physical intimacy. It ends with the chance of you getting a job that you're eventually gonna hate and you're eventually gonna get fired from. And the cycle continues every year and a half. Getting a job sucks.
I hate that we live in a society that climbing the corporate ladder requires you to do this. I freaking hate that aspect. They used to value like company loyalty back in like the 50s and 70s and shit. And now they don't do that. It's so cringe. 3, 2, 1, boom.
Sucks wang. So let me break down exactly why the modern job market is a clown show and also why my generation is absolutely screwed in finding any kind of, you know, sustainable income. Because unlike LinkedIn recruiters, I'm going to tell you the cold hard facts. I'm not just going to lie to you and say you're perfect for a job through some automated message and then put you in a database of 3,000 people to pick from.
Yep. I saw a TikTok of a woman that applied to like 300 jobs and got like 100 callbacks and she still couldn't land a job. Yeah, and she showed proof and evidence of that too. It's terrible. Oh my gosh.
Whenever you need to fill a position.
Yeah, it's real.
I fucking hate recruiters. I used to be one. They suck.
You used to be one?
Being unemployed is no fun. Well, it kind of is. For a little bit, it's kind of fun. At first, you're just...
Thank the new sub line. Shut the fuck up! Thanks for the sub, Fudanari lover. Right. Oh. Why did you pick that name? Did you make this account new? Hold on. Let me double check. Where are you? Where are you, you little rat? You're hiding from me. Did they make this account recently? Created in 2018? Oh.
On like a mini vacation. You're playing video games, you don't have to listen to Slack notifications, you're eating cereal for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. But then the days begin to blend together, your homies aren't around to play video games with you, you're just filling out applications in an endless loop of sadness, and you're eating cereal for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, but in a bad way, like you have no money kind of way. But if you are currently in the unemployment pickle, fear not, because you are definitely not alone. Yep,
look at that graph, isn't it wonderful?
Over 6 million people are unemployed in the US right now. Thanks, insert current president at time of viewing. But the good news is there are currently 9.5 million jobs available. So I think I just solved unemployment. We'll just give those people those jobs. Just shuffle those people into those jobs like cozy little hermit crab. You'd think it would be that simple, but it turns out those unfilled positions, those positions all are bad. They all suck. All those jobs that are available, they all suck. I mean, I bet some of them don't suck, but those will soon be filled by, you know, children or cousins of the person.
Yeah, isn't there a state that is trying to make people who are under, like, kids under, like, 16 or something? Yeah, I forget, is it Florida or California? I can't remember. They're trying to make, like child labor legal. Texas? I cannot remember. You'd have to, like, go look it up. I'm not gonna say it because I don't remember who it was.
Who works there already. Those jobs don't go to people like you and me. According to my research, fast food, warehouse, and retail jobs are projected to have the most openings in this decade and the next. And if you've
the turnover is insane.
never worked on one of those positions, That shit sucks, am I right? If you've ever worked a service industry job, you know it's bad, and it's only getting worse over time. People are getting beat up, people are throwing hissy fits because there's no mail.
I try to be so nice to service people. I really do. Your service has to be exceptionally bad for me not to tip you well at this point. I feel bad. Even though I hate tipping, I realize that me not tipping doesn't make a difference, so I'm fucking over one person because of my thing. Like, my belief that tipping is fucking stupid and it should be, like, not a thing. Never tip. Fuck you. If you can't tip and you can't afford it, but I'm just saying, like, I don't think tipping should be a thing, and me not tipping is not gonna make it a thing. If I was, like, a politician, I would probably remove tipping. I think it's stupid. I would make, like, McDonald's and all those other restaurants make it, like, not possible, and then I would make them, like, pay them a wage, like a proper one, instead of relying on that shit.
On their burger, just a tough time to be serving up smiles in the good old US of A. Maybe that's why 44.5 million people quit their jobs in 2023. Or maybe it's just because kids today don't want to work. Thanks a lot, current president. But once you're jobless, you gotta start the process of job searching, obviously. Now, at this point in the video, I want to harken back to the very first
tipping enables the problem, forfeit the business to pay a proper wage. You motherfucker. I can shut this down in literally 2 seconds. I am not going to the IHOP CEO to, like, complain about tipping. They don't give a fuck about me. You'd have to go up into, like, the politician, like, level to, like, make a difference. Me not tipping and fucking over that one person and ruining their fucking day by not tipping him is not gonna make a difference. They're just, like, they're just a person, man. It's stupid.
Video I ever made in this format, which is the fact that college is a goddamn scam. A scam, sadly, that we are all pretty much forced to take part in. Currently, millions of jobs require you to have a college degree, even for jobs that the people—
That is also really stupid. That came into existence recently. I remember when I turned 18 and my parents were like, all right, get the fuck out there and get a job. Every single fucking job that I was looking at, I was trying to apply for a job at a movie theater and, like, stamping tickets, and they were like, you need at least, like, 2 years of, like, working experience in service. And I'm like, bro, I'm stamping tickets! What the fuck is wrong with you? I hated that. And at every turn, retail, oh, you need, like, 6 months of experience, or, like, 6 months in a school. And I'm like, for a fucking theater job? Like, are you kidding me? What? I've seen that. It's terrible. America moment. That's the funny part. It wasn't in America. It was in New Zealand. So, shut down. Should I get experience when no one hires me? I know. It's terrible.
People who are in right now don't have college degrees for. I don't know if I explained that correctly, but it makes sense. For example, only a third of administrative assistants do have bachelor degrees right now. But 75% of job postings require you to have one. So,
Yep, I love this.
Do you see the discrepancy? Do you see why things aren't correct? A college degree is pretty much a, hey, I am desperate and in a lot of debt coupon that a lot of corporations want to see so they can understand that you're malleable before you go into the position. According to LinkedIn, 60% of employers reject qualified candidates just because they don't have a college.
Yep, that's also true. They will literally read the top. They will read the top of the resume, and if it doesn't say college, they throw it in the bin. I've heard that as well, yeah. New Zealand has extreme job nepotism. If you don't know people, you're screwed. Yeah, my brother told me that. He's older than me, and when he was trying to apply for jobs, he said that he was overlooked constantly by people who had connections with the higher-ups or had family. It's extreme nepotism because the population is so small. It's so bad. Really bad.
This has led to a term that researchers have called degree inflation. Isn't that a fun one? That doesn't sound like the end of modern society. It's just one way employers weed out applications because according to LinkedIn, every job has at least 118 applications. And after that, only 20% of those applications are contacted by an interviewer. And because of those tough statistics, on average, you have to apply for 200 jobs before...
Yep, I told you, Chad, that girl wasn't lying. She said she applied to 300 jobs and she got callbacks from 100, and then she didn't even get any jobs. I felt so bad for them, and people were calling her a liar. Yeah, she showed proof. She obviously blurred out her real name and stuff, but she actually showed it on TikTok. It's so bad. Ugh.
landing one. Which one is insane, and two, it's a huge fuck you to all the boomer dads who tell you, well, did you go in there? You shook his hand? Did you?
My parents have done this. I fucking hate it. I hate it so much.
Make eye contact, bring your application in person. Yeah,
why don't you just go in there and like hand in your CV and then they'll like take you. And I remember so cringe.
That might have worked back in 1987, Pops, but nowadays you need at least 80K worth of debt strapped to your back and 4 years of experience for an entry-level position.
Did you follow a call? Oh my god, stop triggering me. Stop triggering me. That is one of the lines my parents pulled too. I turned 18, I applied for a job at like a local like little shop. And I went in there, despite my really bad social anxiety, I went in there and I said, hey, do you have any job openings? They're like, no. And I'm like, okay, can I do my CV? Like I lied to their face and said I had a job before. And I was like, yeah, I worked at this place before, like, later my CV, blah, 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 blah. And I didn't get a call back. And my parents were like, oh, why didn't you just call them? And I'm like, I called them and they didn't say anything to me. Of course they didn't, because they're not looking for some 18-year-old kid, man. Oh.
To get a Zoom call. But how does one get to the interview stage of the job hunt? Well, wouldn't you like to know? But I'm doing an ad now. I'm doing an ad because I also have to eat food, and this is my job. So, you know, here we go. Looking to distract yourself from the never-ending torture that is job hunting? Well, let me introduce you to the most comprehensive vehicle combat game, War Thunder. I don't care if you're an accountant working at a Fortune 500 company or one of those unemployed people who constantly gives plasma, because when you play War Thunder, you're the war hero. War Thunder lets you command 2,500 tanks, planes, helicopters, and ships. All from 10 major nations, ranging from biplanes and armored cars of the 1920s to modern fighter jets and main battle tanks. Throw that out the next time you're chatting around the water cooler. War Thunder has one of the most sophisticated vehicle damage models in gaming. Every vehicle is intricately modeled down to the individual components like engines, fuel tanks, weapons, and crew. All susceptible to damage or disabling from enemy fire, and different types of armor, shells, and missiles behave like their real-world counterparts. All brought to life by detailed graphics and authentic sound effects. War Thunder is available right now for free on PC, PlayStation, and Xbox. But if you use the link in my video description, new and returning players who haven't played in 6 months get a massive bonus pack. This bonus pack has all kinds of goodies like the exclusive vehicle decorator Eagle of Valor, 100,000 silver lions, and 7 days of premium accounts. So go ahead and click the link in the video description for the exclusive bonus pack and join a community of over 70 million online players in epic PvP battles today. Delve into the breathtaking war experience that is War Thunder.
This was a good ad. He rattled that off.
So you know how technology keeps advancing? You know how that train keeps trucking even though experts warn that we should probably slow down a little bit? You'd think with all this godforsaken technology, things would be getting a little bit easier for the common man. Things would be getting a little bit better. Would you not think? Would you not think that'd be possible? You'd think having things like the internet and LinkedIn would make it easier to get a job, right? Wrong. Wrong, actually, you clown. No. Did you say right? Did you actually? How did you not see that obvious sarcastic bit playing out? Leave. Leave the video. I'm not kidding.
Okay, chat, we have to stop the video. I'm leaving. Just kidding, this motherfucker can't tell me what to do.
If you said, you're an idiot, get out of here. One of the worst parts about being unemployed is the amount of time you have to spend on the demon portal that is known as LinkedIn. If you don't know, and God do I envy anybody in that camp, LinkedIn is a place that combines job postings with social media of the world's largest corporate circle jerk. If you work in HR or upper management, or you just really love polo shirts and false enthusiasm.
I made a LinkedIn account a while ago. It was terrible. All those people were just yapping and yapping. It's like corporatism, but Facebook. Facebook corporatism, yeah.
And then LinkedIn is for you. You should check it out. And unfortunately, this mix of toxic positivity, corporate ethos, and fleece, vests is a very important part of getting a job nowadays. So let's just break down some of LinkedIn statistics and prove to everybody that this shit sucks so bad. So LinkedIn is one of the largest job posting boards in the world, with over 59 million companies having LinkedIn pages. A number that makes you think, 59 million companies? That's a lot of branches off of the main 10 ones. That's like if everybody in Italy started their own company. That's a lot of spicy meatballs. So according to my hot and reliable sources, every minute 6 people get hired by using LinkedIn, which
that's such fucking cap, no shot.
Sounds fantastic, that sounds like terrific turnaround until you realize that every second 140 applications are sent in. So every minute there are 6 people getting a job, and every second there are 140 people looking for a job.
Yep. Yeah, that actually lines up. Like I said, they apply 200 to 300 times on average, and then they get declined over 100 times. Yeah. Yep.
That not good math. I'm not a mathematician. That doesn't look like it's working out too good.
No.
So if you're trying to get a job on LinkedIn, not only do you have to fight against every other person on the planet for every job, and you have to wade through all the terrible job listings, you also have to wade through the people who post on LinkedIn, not jobs. Like they post posts.
Yep, Facebook. Yesterday, I was walking to an interview. I saw there was a starving dog. What the This can't be real, man.
They're all insane. Everyone who posts like actual things on LinkedIn, they're all crazy people. For some reason, linked influencers, which is a real term, are people who just post the most bootlicking, insane shit I have ever seen in my entire life. Let's just look at some of the ones I was able to pull. Let's see what we got. We have Nicole, who is a multi-industry transformation leader with an international...
Oh my god, what is this title? Multi-industry transformation leader. What are you transforming? What are you leading? What?
You know, you can tell these people all suck because their
That's some
jobs mean
made up
nothing.
shit.
The titles they give themselves. This morning at my local coffee shop, the owner said to me, "Your HR people sit around, do nothing, and earn the big bucks." No one said that to you. Who the f would say that to you? Without thinking, I blurted out, "We carry the emotional labor of our organizations." What?
Oh my god, we carry the emotional labor. You work for a corporate company. You don't have emotions. What are you waffling on about?
Value would you put on that? Silence. Winky. Oh my god. Shut the fuck up. What would you have said?
Winky
Hashtag human resources, hashtag HR community. No one cares about HR people. You guys suck. No one has ever left an HR meeting and thought, man, those guys should be getting paid more for that bullshit work that they're doing. I just don't get why you make up a story like that. Actually, I do. Getting clicks is addicting. That's how I made my whole career. But also, no one's believing that shit. And if they do, they're stupid. Jay, whose job title is I help law firms optimize their PR and marketing and whatever, it's all bullshit. Abraham Lincoln was a thought leader and content creator. What? And if he was alive today, I bet he'd be actively sharing his ideas on social media, not only as means of pursuing political office, but also to build his legal practice. Sure, I guess. Why are you picking on Abraham Lincoln like that? Like, you're just spouting nonsense, dude. It's
like AI-generated diarrhea. Abraham Lincoln was a thought leader and content creator. How dare you say Abraham Lincoln, the guy who did the Emancipation Proclamation, is a content creator? What?
Could have said Gandhi would have been a social media person. Why'd you pick Abraham Lincoln? Then we have Peter, who is a proven SEO specialist boosting revenue for online. See, like, none of these titles can fit in the title because you're blabbering. What happened to boss? You know, what happened to the boss of something? Why do you have to have this whole title? I have a secret. Do you pee? Most people are not even aware that this is a real thing. Since 2015, I've struggled with peeing in a public What?
What? You have trouble peeing in a public restroom? Okay, I understand not being able to shit in a public restroom. I can't do that. Like, I don't like that. It just makes me feel gross because you're, like, touching a million other butts. It's just weird. But, like, the peeing, like, what? What?
Most people are not even aware that this is a real thing. Since 2015, I've struggled with peeing in a public What?
What happened to you in 2015, man?
What, dude? I've missed weddings, held my pee up.
Wipe it. My guy, that doesn't help, man. You don't get it. It's fine. I'm not saying I have a fear of pooping in public. I just don't like doing it.
10 hours social events and going out in general because I was too afraid I was going to pee or not.
No. Oh, come on, bro. This has got to be some type of, like, PTSD or something. There's no way.
I've been doing exposure therapy, which is immensely helpful. Are you just peeing in front of somebody? Are you paying someone to pee in front of them? I'm trying to get at that you need to expose yourself to the fears and go outside your comfort zone for success. Do not expose yourself.
No,
and the way he is exposing himself, that's
fake.
against the law. And this man is a influencer, and he's saying this stuff, and people are eating it up. So good luck looking for a job while you're looking at that stuff. Because how does anyone pay attention? How does anyone get any work done when they're on LinkedIn? Because people are just saying insane things all the time.
That's gotta be a fake post. No way.
So when looking for a job on LinkedIn, it's important to know what exactly you're looking for. And I'm not just talking about pee pants over here. I'm talking about the bullshit job listings. And my God, there are a lot of bullshit job listings. I mean, first of all, we got the scammers. That is a huge problem on LinkedIn. In 2021, 32 million fake accounts were identified on LinkedIn. And I would understand if that fact came out of like Twitter, like Russian, troll bots are just trying to destabilize the human experience. But LinkedIn bots are way more malicious. Fake LinkedIn accounts are trying to get your personal info and money as fast as possible. During the pandemic, when a lot of people my age lost their jobs, a lot of my friends and me included all kind of almost got scammed by these people. And if you think about it, it is shockingly easy to get a lot of personal information out of somebody if you just
I've seen them, but I was always like, yeah, that's fake. I always deleted that shit or just ignored it. I don't know.
Pretend you have a job for them. Think about any online job you've ever applied for. If they reach back out to you and ask you for your social security number and your birth date, you're just gonna give that to them. Because why would Staples lie to me? What are they gonna use my
Bro. No, shut up.
personal information for? To buy paper? Or something. And on LinkedIn, it's really hard to identify whether it's a real company or just some dude in Turkey who's trying to take out a boat loan in my name. So remember when I said you had to put up 200 resumes to get a job? Well, good luck not letting one of those be a scammer, because that's, it's a big net to cast. But let's say you're dealing with a for sure real company that has a real job posting. Lucky you. Well, good luck figuring out how to get that job, because the things they are asking people to do nowadays are insane. When I wrote this script, I typed an entry position on LinkedIn and I pulled up the first one. And this is just a grab in the bag. Look how crazy this is. This is for a digital content specialist, because that's the closest thing.
Digital content specialist. I'm a digital content specialist. Yeah. I can put a title on anything. Yeah.
I could say, besides internet clown, that would fit my, description. It pays $15 to $20 an hour, which is not great. It's on site, not remote at all, and it's contract work. So they're doing that so they don't have to pay you insurance. So that's good. That's like 90% of the reason why you'd get a real job. So 15 to 20 an hour, depending on how much they like you. Here are all the things you have to do. And let me remind you, this is an entry-level position. Entry-level. Administer in-house creative needs for the digital marketing team supporting over 40 frontline artists. You are in charge of 40 people. Create animated assets for social media.
What? Supporting over 40 hours, 40 inch billboards.
Media banners, online graphics, advertising assets, Spotify canvases, visualizers, kinetic holy shit. Edit and deliver both short form and medium form videos of social media and streaming platforms. Editing various behind the scenes content. Create video compilations and artist highlight reels.
How much money are they paying them? 15 to 20 an hour for all this work? Yeah, nah.
For internal and external presentation. Manage quality control and ingestion of video content from external creatives. When needed, work directly with freelance creatives and management. This is fucking crazy. So those are just the responsibilities. Now here are what they need from you before they even start talking to you. Possess strong attention to detail, whatever, that's just the shit they say on everyone. Extensive knowledge of the Adobe Creative Cloud, so that's like 3 years of knowledge you have to have going into this. Utilize Outlook, Monday, Sony CI, and proprietary asset systems to manage project scheduling and archival. So if you know everything about Adobe, that's not good enough. We need you to know all this shit too. Ability to work with both Mac and PC. I'm out. I can't use Macs for the life of me. Big PC guy. Consistent willingness to go above and beyond for projects.
Yeah, consistent willingness to go above and beyond for $15 to $20 an hour. Yes!
Project deliverables. And red flag. Huge red flag. That's just saying we're going to constantly ask you to work way more than we're paying you. Mind you, this is only $20 an hour. Alexa, how much is $20 an hour for a yearly salary?
$41,600.
Yeah, that's like nothing.
That is so little. 41,000 do all this? That's fucking crazy. I mean, it's not little if you live in like Topeka, but if you live in Nashville, that's probably not a living wage. Ability to interact comfortably and effectively with employees of the company at all levels, including executive management, positive attitude and team player, and preferred 1 to 3 years of
1 to 3 years experience? Keep in mind it's 15 an hour.
Graphic design experience and music and entertainment business. Who has that? Who has that for an entry-level position? It's just crazy. Like, what are you supposed to do? This is just one. There's millions of people asking this much shit. But let's say you put your head in the sand and ignore all those red flags I just told to you. Well, congratulations, you got your first interview. But sadly, once again, interviews are not what your dad thinks they are anymore. Interviews are no longer about how firm your handshake is or how presentable you are during the interview. Well, it is 20% that.
I knew a story of a boomer who got a job at a I forget what it was, but It was some sort of like big corpa company, and they said that they were like a mail boy or something. Yeah, a mail boy, and then they came up to work like as like a higher position job back in like the 1970s or 80s. They just got in, and they got an in, and then they had the schooling, and then they worked up the corporate ladder. That's it. He was smart enough, I think. They told me, they were like, yeah, he was good at his job, and he was just a mail boy at like 18 or something. And it's so stupid. Yeah, it's such a boomer story, but it's true. They told me, they were like, yeah, back in my day.
You can't just like puke on your clip-on tie and then just pretend like nothing happened. The other 80% is jumping through thousands of pointless hoops to let your future employer know that you have zero self-respect and are easily manipulated. I mean, speaking from experience and my friend's experience, nowadays every time you do an interview, you have to do homework. They give you homework like you're a third grader. The industry calls these—
Yeah, someone just said, bro, some IT companies will quiz you now, and if you get caught on the spot, you end up looking stupid. It's some of the dumbest shit. Why are they making you take tests? Like, people make mistakes. You're not a robot. You don't remember everything off the top of your head. Like, what?
Job interview assignments, but I like to call them huge fucking wastes of time. Personality tests, problem-solving quizzes, filling out questionnaires that they would know the answers to if they just read the resume that you required me to give you. Just read the fucking resume. It's gone to the point where Indeed, a website that helps you get a job, has an entire article dedicated to JIA. Just like the do's and don'ts of how to actually do it and, how to look like a real go-getter when you're doing these things. And one of the points they make is to calculate the return of investment, the ROI on the work you're doing, because they know it's bullshit. They know, like, hey, if they're giving you too much, know to walk away because you can't spend all your time on one job. While the hiring manager wants to find the right person for the position, it's important the project isn't too time-consuming. Most
software devs have whiteboard problems they have to do in a certain amount of time. That is so dumb. Like, half the stuff you learn in school, like, you don't even need, and the tests they do is so irrelevant half the time. That's ridiculous. I feel so bad for IT bros. Like, say what you want and say, but like, oh my god, software engineers, they have it so easy, they make so much money. Like, it's terrible in those big corpa companies. They really do throw you around, even if it's for a lot of money.
Job interview assignments should only require a few hours to complete. Review what the assignment involves and consider how reasonable it is to comparison of the job you're applying for. They're saying that, yeah, a lot of these aren't worth doing because they're so time-consuming that it's just not worth applying for in the first place. Is that not crazy? I mean, first of all, a few hours is too much. Doing a few hours of work for a job you know you're not going to get because the hiring manager is just going to give it to his cousin. And good God, it is
Yep, nepotism classic!
So insulting that someone who knows that you are applying to 100 different companies thinks that you're gonna do 3 hours worth of work for me to work at my perfect company. You need to show me how fucking limp dick you are. And sometimes it's not even like a little quiz. If you're in the coding industry, they make you do full projects to prove to them that you know how to code.
This is exactly what someone just talked about. Look at this shit!
That you know how to code. If you go to Reddit, there are thousands of stories of people doing these coding projects and then the company just ghosts them and takes the code they made. What is going on? Like, what are we supposed to do anymore? What are you supposed to do to get a job without getting screwed? Are we just supposed to all work for our daddy's companies? That seems like a big step back to feudalism, working our way back to the king shit. God damn it. So there you have it. Jobs and LinkedIn more specifically are a sludge to get through. But
it's even worse, man, in other countries. Like, you want to go work at Best Buy or the equivalent of that? Yeah, you have to know someone to get in. I've experienced this firsthand. I had to know someone from my school that had a job there for 2 years while they were in school. And they were just saying, oh yeah, like, just talk to them. I know them. Algebra video's over. Yeah,
quick fun fact, if we all just got together and stopped working a whole 48 hours in a general strike, things would get better for everybody. If we all just stopped working, everything would get better for everybody in America. So I don't know, maybe make a Facebook page? New videos every Saturday and Wednesday. Thank you for watching. Stay golden, Pony Boy. Fuck LaSalle Network. Yes! That was the worst job I ever worked in my life. And shout out again to War Thunder for sponsoring today's video. Don't forget to play it free on PC, PlayStation, or Xbox by clicking the link in the video description and pinned comment. New and returning players who haven't played in 6 months will also receive an exclusive bonus pack for all platforms,
My
including—
suggestion, join the army instead.
Nah, fuck
Get
the
to
army.
officer schools and just fuck around till retirement. Go live in the woods and start a podcast.
They own you
Fuck this
until—
job
they
market.
own you, man. Army and all that stuff is like for certain people. I don't think everyone should go into the army, okay? Relax, King! They own you.
multiple premium vehicles and all kinds of other goodies. This is available for a limited time only, so click that link now! Woo!
Woo! Ba, 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 ba. I'm Army, but my whole family's Army. Navy runs in the blood. Look, I'm gonna say it. Some people just enjoy that kind of thing, and some people are independent. Some people just don't want to do that kind of thing, and that's okay. Alright. That was a good video, though. I like the Doomer vibes. I feel very validated. Not everyone's cut out for the greenie weenie. Yeah, some people aren't into it. They don't want to be commandeered around. I feel like certain people have strong personalities that don't really want to be in the army. They just don't want to. They'd rather go somewhere else.